Well, here we are. Somebody say something.
Is the curtain up?
Yes?
But we can't see anything. It's like the end instead at the beginning. What's happening?
That fool stage manager has forgotten to bring up the lights.
Oh, he hasn't forgotten, Ernest. There's something deliberate about this. I don't trust him.
Oh, you've got him wrong, Winifred. He was very nice. He wouldn't play tricks on us. Not him.
Just leave everything to me. I'll go off and talk to him.
But you can't.
Why not?
Don't you remember what he said? We're not to leave the stage until we have acted out the play.
He was just trying to be impressive. I've met his kind before. It's time he learned that actors are more important than stage managers.
He said it as if it were a law.
Well, if we're going to talk about feelings, we're not going to get anywhere.
Maybe we're not as important as you think, Ernest. Let's just be quiet. Let's just wait.
Is there an audience out there?
Yes, I can hear them soughing.
You can hear them what?
Soughing, dear. Breathing heavily, as in sleep.
I feel as if I'm asleep too.
Well, if we're going to feel things, we're never going to get anywhere.
Yes, asleep and dreaming. I'm a child again. I can imagine myself being led into a room full of people. They laugh and tell me to dance. I don't know what to do. I can't dance. So I just hop up and down on one foot. Up and down, and now they're applauding. My life's a great success. Why do I want to cry?
Ah, well, that's more like it.
Oh, I knew he'd take care of us. I knew it.
And look, Winifred, you were right. There is an audience.
So there is.
Isn't it wonderful? Do you see them, Tony?
Yes, I see them.
They're waiting for us to begin.
Do they know what we're doing? Has it been explained to them?
Sure, you tell them.
Me?
Yeah, it's your great and fine idea.
I wouldn't know what to say.
I knew you wouldn't.
Are you making fun of me, Winifred?
Oh, whatever gave you that idea.
Tony, you'd better let me handle it. Ladies and gentlemen, an hour ago, each of us received a message to report here to this theater. There were jobs waiting for us. When we arrived, the stage manager told us we were to go on stage immediately and perform and improvise a play, which we are about to do. Do you see how easy it is?
Yes, it's easy to say what happened. You didn't say what any of it means. Who are we? Why are we here? That's the important thing.
That young man has got rocks in his head.
Would it help if we told them our names, Tony?
An excellent suggestion, Laura. I was about to think of it myself.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you probably know very little about us. My name is Ernest. I am returning to the stage after several successful seasons on the West Coast, where I scored personal successes in more than 2 films. Born of a theatrical family, I was reared in stage dressing rooms. At the age of 5, I had my first
Ernest,
theatrical...
You're not explaining anything.
I was telling them who I am.
But it's more than that.
Be quiet, Tony. This is very interesting. I love hearing about other people.
All right, I'll be quiet.
Go on, Ernest.
Maybe you should be quiet too, Ernest.
I wasn't finished.
Well, surely they know all about you, an actor of your stature. You really don't want to bore them with all those details, do you?
Well, no.
Then sit down.
It's your turn, Winifred.
My name is Winifred. I've had a rather cloudy career as an actress. You may have seen me, but you're never gonna remember me. I usually play the leading lady's best friend. I don't like theater, you can't trust it. And this is a perfect example. Next.
My name used to be Laura Lee, but somebody told me that a long stage name is bad luck, so I shortened it to Laura. It really hasn't helped me much, but I don't mind. Maybe I wasn't meant to be an actress. I think that's all.
Hold tight, everybody. Your turn, Tony.
I have nothing to say.
Oh, Tony, you've got to tell them something about yourself.
Why? None of you did. It's all so unreal. Who are you? Why are you here? Did you come here for enlightenment, for curiosity? Or were you two commanded?
We weren't any of us commanded.
Then what are we doing here? It's the only explanation. You're a celebrity. Surely this is beneath you. Laura wasn't meant to be an actress. Winifred hates the stage.
And you're afraid.
Yes, I'm afraid. There. I told them something about myself.
Well, if that's all you have to say, sit down. You were humorous for a while, but not any longer. You know, soul searching is the lowest form of entertainment.
I don't see why you're afraid, Tony. You ask what we are doing here, and the answer is quite simple. We are here to please the audience, and they are here to be pleased.
Why can't you be as smart as Ernest, Tony?
The stage manager's not going to like it if we don't do something soon.
Of course, Laura. I hope you will be patient with outbursts of this sort, ladies and gentlemen. Naturally, some of us are a little bit confused. But don't worry, we will begin our play just as soon as we've made a few preparations. You see, the stage manager gave us instructions.
The stage manager wrote on the tables the words of the covenant.
Be quiet, Winifred. And I think it only fair to let you know what they are. First of all, our play will not end until he is completely satisfied with our performance.
Well, that's a cheerful thing to tell them. He's one of those sour little men that never likes anything.
You'd better stop talking about him that way, Winifred. He's right there behind the wall. He can hear you. You might offend him.
Oh, that's nothing compared to what he's done to me.
Oh, but he's so important and good. I have great faith in him. He's been so kind to us.
I thought you wanted to begin, Laura.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ernest.
Secondly, we are not permitted to leave the stage until the play has ended. And last of all, our play is to be an imitation of life.
No, that's wrong. Well, it is. That's not what he said.
Are you sure, Tony?
I listened very carefully. He didn't say it was to be an imitation of life. He said it was supposed to be life.
Oh, I think maybe you're right.
That's one thing I know.
Ridiculous. Plays can be about life, like life, for life, or against it.
Oh, the best ones are against it.
But they cannot be life.
That's what he said.
Yes, those were his very words.
For once, Ernest, you were wrong. This is an unexpected pleasure.
I am not wrong. I know that's what he said. I just wanted to see if you remembered.
We did.
All right, let's go.
What do we do?
Well, we smile and say brilliant things. How do you do, Lord Fiddle?
How do you do, Lady Faddle?
How nice of you to come.
Oh, how nice of you to let me.
How nice of you to say so.
How nice.
How charming.
How delightful.
Curtain. Well, I guess that wasn't good enough.
Of course not, Winifred. I didn't even have a characterization yet.
We won't get anywhere that way. You We can't just jump into the middle of it. We've got to know what we're doing.
I beg your pardon, I know what I'm doing.
We've got to have some place to start.
You're so sure of yourself? Find it.
There's got to be something here that can help us. Maybe if we looked at the set.
I've already looked.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing. It has served its purpose admirably for generations.
It's new to me. Look at the distortions.
Where?
The door frame's crooked. The walls are uneven.
Oh, yes.
There are no distortions. The set is perfectly all right.
Well, what could it be?
Well, it's obviously a living room, and you only find rooms of that sort in houses. It must be somebody's home.
Well, what is home without a mother?
There you are, Tony. I've got you one character already.
But who will play it?
Well, there's Winifred.
Oh, no, there isn't, Winifred.
Why not? You're perfect.
I won't do it.
Yes, you will. You have just the right quality. I have decided.
Well, then you can just turn around and undecide. In my high school pageant, Christmas pageant, I play the reindeer. My first professional role was a maid, one who gives exposition. Since then, I have played nothing but wisecracking cynics, one of unmistakable, easy virtue. And I had good qualities for all of them, too.
Perhaps a mother might be a nice change for you then.
Me?
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna stick my neck out here. But once, just once, I would like to play the sweet young thing that everybody falls in love with. Don't laugh. Don't any of you laugh, or I will leave this theater this very minute. And I mean it.
But that's Laura's part.
Well, I want to do it. It's always Laura's part. I want to do it just once.
Oh, I don't know why. Ingenues are such sticky, spineless things.
No, I want to be sticky.
There's so much more to a good character role.
Then why don't you do it?
Oh, I'd love to, but I don't think Ernest will let me.
I certainly wouldn't. It's Winifred's part.
Well, all right. I just thought I'd have my say.
And Tony will play your son.
Is that the best I can do?
Don't worry, Winifred. I don't like it any more than you do.
And what's the matter with you?
Me? Play her son? I wouldn't know the first thing to do.
Try hopping up and down on one foot.
Another joke. Good for you, Winifred.
Oh, stop feeling sorry for yourself, Tony.
The reason I can't play the part is because I've never been a son. Oh, I had parents. Wonderful parents. So wonderful that when I was 6, they told me it had been a mistake. They hadn't wanted me and would I please not get in their way. I got in the way of them having a good time. They wanted to laugh. That's what they did best. They laughed at anything, especially the things they didn't want to understand, the way Winifred does.
They were probably very cruel. Am I?
If I say yes, you'll think I'm feeling sorry for myself. If I say no, I won't be telling the truth.
I don't mean to be cruel. I think very kindly of most people, but I'm ashamed of it, so it just doesn't come out that way. There's something humiliating about letting yourself go. I think you could play my son, Tony.
All right, I will.
And Laura will be your sweetheart. You've just become engaged, and you've brought her home to meet your mother.
What will you play, Ernest?
Oh, I'm a friend of the family. Wealthy, handsome, dashing, influential, wise, the backbone of the play, the one who resolves the conflict in the end.
Does there have to be a conflict?
Of course. Who ever heard of a play without a conflict?
Oh, what will it be? Am I in it?
Yes. Winifred doesn't like you because you're stealing her son, and she's a fighter. She'll do everything to break up the engagement. But what she doesn't realize is that you're a fighter too. None of you will give in. Conflict.
And how do you propose to resolve that?
Well, you're only jealous of Laura because you're lonely and you have no one but Tony to love. So I'll marry you and that will settle everything.
But won't Tony's father object?
He's dead.
Oh, that's the part I want to play.
And Tony and I get married?
Yes.
I'm so glad it has a happy ending. That's perfect, Ernest. I don't know how you came up with it. Go ahead, say the first line.
Give me a moment. My boy, this is a very serious step you are about to take. Marriage is the most important event in a man's life. In a woman's too. So be sure, my children, be terribly sure that you love each other enough.
Of course she loves my son. Why, women have been attracted to him his entire life. In fact, when he was 3 years old, his governess cut her throat for unrequited love.
Oh, I do love him. I do. Just the sight of him, the sound of his voice, the touch of his hand, the way his eyes crinkle up at the corner when he smiles.
Oh, how sticky can you get?
Oh, wasn't that line all right? It's a sentimental comedy.
It's a farce.
You're both wrong. It's a drama.
What difference does it make? The important thing is that none of you mean what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense.
You don't like it?
It's not a question of liking.
Now listen, Tony. I've been in the theater a great deal longer than you have, and I'm tired of your telling me how to do things.
But it's pointless if we don't believe in ourselves, isn't it?
You were right, Winifred. Rocks. Big ones.
Oh, yes.
Please, let's keep going. It spoils it if we stop it after every line.
Come here, son. Right here. Sit down. Oh, for heaven's sake, give me your hand.
I'm sorry, Mother.
I want to hear all about it. How did you meet?
We met.
Where, my boy? That's the important thing. I've always felt that one should be very careful where one falls in love. Now, in my case, it was the Arc de Triomphe.
Ernest.
What's the matter? I was about to get in a nice bit of character exposition.
It's not your scene. Now, tell me, how did you meet?
I don't know.
Try.
Ernest, where did we meet?
On a bus.
On a bus.
On a bus.
We were sitting together.
In the same seat.
I lost my purse.
She didn't have any money.
He paid my fare.
It was only $1.
The conductor was about to throw me off. It was awfully funny.
I almost died laughing.
Say something, Ernest.
Well, oh, what's the use? The audience will be walking out in a minute.
I wish we could.
Oh, we've got to go on.
Well, where were we? Are you happy?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Darlene.
You're supposed to be very happy in this scene. Happy and self-assured. You're a fighter.
Oh my God, Ernest, do we all have to be fighters?
Once I was walking down the street. My mother and father were in front of me, arm in arm. I was very little. Suddenly I just stopped walking. They kept on, not noticing. I remember counting all the people that filled in the gap between us. Finally, I couldn't see them anymore. I was alone. I think I was happy then, but that was the only time.
Well, you should have just ran up and left.
Go ahead, Winifred, say something brittle and smart.
Well, I was going to, but I want to be kind, Tony.
You weren't acting, Tony. That really happened.
I know.
But don't you see? You're happy in the scene.
Never mind, Laura. He's hopeless.
Oh, there's plenty of time, Ernest.
Is there? The stage manager isn't going to put up with this forever. We've been out here a lifetime already.
You're always so impatient.
We've completely lost the thread of the play. We're not doing anything the way we planned it.
Maybe it's better this way.
It would be so simple if he would only act.
He doesn't have the experience you have.
And why must he be the center of attention? Let me take the stage for a while.
Oh, Ernest, you always blunder in and take charge. You cast him in the part, so give him a chance.
How much of a chance does he need?
Leave him alone, Ernest. He's doing his best as he can. I think he's doing very well. He's giving a fine performance. Did you hear me, Tony? I defended you.
I know, even though I'm not doing very well.
I've never defended anyone else before in my life.
You thought it was humiliating to let yourself go.
He said we should be improvising. We're not improvising, we're just being ourselves.
All right, well, let's move on. Where were we?
You were asking
Oh, that's right. Are you happy?
Nothing is any clearer. Lights and colors are still diffused and whirling like a pinwheel. The world is inside out as it has always been, but something's happened. It's easier.
What happened?
You were kind.
Winifred, if you won't think of us, you might at least think of the audience.
Tony, you're supposed to be in love with me!
I'm not in love with you. I won't pretend that I am.
But that's all that you can do. That's all any of us can do, is pretend. That's all that there is.
Yes, that's all that there is. But that's not all there might be. For just a second, there was something more. The only right thing that's happened to me since I came out here. If that was wrong because it wasn't part of the play, then I don't want to be part of the play either.
What will you do?
There's only one thing I can do.
You wouldn't dare leave.
Why not? Because of them? I have nothing to give them, Ernest, except myself. And that doesn't seem to be good enough.
Tony, the stage manager. What will he do to you?
I don't care anymore. He tells us the play is the most important thing we do. He's convinced you of it. Well, I can neither fear nor respect anyone who puts such high value on hypocrisy. He can damn me if he wants to.
But Tony, don't you wonder about me?
Will you come with me, Winifred? I'd like that.
Oh, I'd love to. But we're different, you and I. You have come out and you have set out and completed everything you wanted to do. Your conscience is free. Mine is laden with things, words, and actions I haven't finished yet. So I can't go. Not just yet.
Will he come back?
Not after this. He'll never see the inside of a theater again.
Then our play is ruined. Disappointment is not new to me. Things are always going to be so wonderful, but then they never really are. I keep telling myself, well, never mind, that's how it must be. There's nothing that you can do about it. But this time, there was something that I should have done about it. I just don't know what it was.
Poor Tony. The kid was no actor. Anyone could tell that. I don't see how he got the job. He didn't have anything. No experience. No imagination. None of the things you have to be a success on the stage. Thank God I've never been worried that way. If I had, I wouldn't be what I am today.
And what are you today, Ernest?
What?
I said, what are you today?
What a ridiculous question, Winifred. You know perfectly well that I am...
Yes, I know. But do you? You walk in here and you sit down, shaking your head, saying, poor Tony. He's the only one that made a go of it.
What do you mean? I was doing an excellent job until this happened.
Shall I say it? Shall I say it? Spell it out to you exactly what you are today?
I have always believed strongly in my own abilities and the chance they gave me for success. They placed me just a notch above other people. I've always been sure that I could cope with any situation, any circumstances, and act with precision and wisdom. This is what my life has been built upon. And if I lose it, I lose myself. No, Winifred. I don't want you to say it. I have no need of your opinion. It is unimportant. It means nothing to me. As long as the audience likes me.
That's all that matters, is their approval. But this is our play, an improvisation. Acting parts different from ourselves while trying to hide our true selves from showing through. Whatever happened, and why do we do it? Because the stage manager said so, and it must be. Or eternal yearning for a pathetic applause. Whatever happened to that play?
I don't understand you, Winifred.
Oh, never mind, Laura. Let's get on with our play.
I know that we should, but I can't be disappointed again.
Oh, come on, Laura. Ernest and I will help you, won't we, Ernest?
Why? Of course, Winifred.
Well, all we have to do is get through the scene without Tony. Ernest, you always have some good ideas. What do you say?
Give me a moment. I'll think of something.
Laura, any suggestions?
You do it, Winifred. You do it.
Well, maybe he could have taken ill, or maybe he's gone to the kitchen for a bite to eat.
Perhaps he received a telephone call. That's always good.
Yes, an important message. About a job he's been offered. He had to go right away.
Oh, that's it. That's it. We can finish the play after all.
Oh, the lights.
What about the lights? They're still the same, aren't they?
The play is ended.
And we haven't done anything.
Oh, yes, we have, Laura. We have completed everything that was expected of us.
What's happened? It's dark again. I don't understand.
Oh, Ernest, at last you don't understand.
But the audience, what about them?
Still worrying about them, huh? Don't you realize they're no different from us? For when the curtain falls and the house lights go up, they have to go on improvising.